So, as you can see by the title, I have Celtic stories, and I said this before, I'm gonna butcher the fucking names to hell and back, but I'm gonna need to touch up real quick because I don't remember them by fucking heart. Ditch it. I remember that story because I just read that. Ditch it, and then okay. So there was a healer, okay, a great physician. His name was Dechan. Now Dechan had children, alright? He had a daughter who is a goddess now, but he was the god of medicine and the head physician. So one day after a war, he goes to a king, and to heal the king, he replaces his arm with a 1 casket of silver. Now, while doing so, he realized that his son and his daughter were much far superior healers to himself, and he didn't pay attention to it at all. Give me a second. Oh my.
If you can't keep up, you're straight out of luck.
Join me, fellow fighter. Fight strong.
I'm sorry I've returned. I had siblings. That was not my fault. But as I was saying, he helped this king through a war and replaced his arm with silver. And there was a rule back then. I don't know if it still exists today, but there was a rule that it was like something like if thou's body isn't complete, thou's not worthy to be king. Basically meaning if he wasn't completely, like, if he didn't have his complete body, like all body parts intact, he wasn't allowed to be king because he wasn't worthy of it. And so he was a great ruler, but he had his arm cut off. So they like hurried up, got a really good physician, and I'm fucking in a really bad position right here. But so basically he helped them, and then the second war happens, and his son got really good at healing. And at this point, his son was a better healer than him. Now, this drove to jealousy, and that jealousy turned to rage. So, he drew his sword to his son, and he slashed him. It went deep, and it hurt him. But the son healed himself instantly, at which only infuriated Dechan more. Remember, I'm fucking butchering the names. It is a really hard name to pronounce. And so for doing this, he got mad again. So he cut through the bone. And in doing so, the son healed him right again, which only infuriated his father more. So in doing all of this, he ended up making his father extremely mad. Then his father, for the third strike, hit him in the head, severing brain tissue. But miraculously, his son was able to heal himself. So, because his son was able to heal himself, the father got even more. So he drew his sword for the last time, slowly, and he struck, hitting his son, cutting his son's brain completely off of his skull. And the legend goes that he looked upon his dying son with zero remorse. That's one of the most fucked up stories I've ever read. Now, a better one, which is fucking weird, but it honestly works. There's not a lot to go about with this god, but she's persistent. So I believe her, I can't pronounce her name though. It's like Ann or On or some shit. It's it tells me how to pronounce her name and fucked up. I believe it's it's Anna. Yeah, it's Anna. Okay, so her name is Anna, and she's the goddess of beauty, wealth, in the summer. No, she's also reminds of the Celtic god of love, but she was also the deity of wealth, sovereignty, and summer. Her sensitive, joyful personality brought her many followers in the Celtic world. Now, so basically, she was beautiful. She was the goddess. She was the goddess of love, and she was a deity as well. So, yeah, remember that. So, even though she was a really cheerful, happy person, she was raped because of what she is. She was raped by many kings. And I just find that it's one of the most, like, craziest stories, that she remained to be upbeat the entire time, even though she got raped several fucking times. Like, it wasn't 1, 2, no, it was like 20, 30 times she got raped by several kings, because she was the goddess of beauty and wealth, and if you were ever able to sleep with her, you were deemed worthy of wealth or some shit. I don't know. It was very fucked up and twisted. Oh. An enemy is near me. That's fucking great. Nah, but then like, that just got me fucked up. I'm sitting there like, whoa. No, but then that's just... Oh, and then the story goes that... fuck, I'm about to die. But the story goes is that when... And she's also for some reason put in a fucking onion parade type thing. So, to wish her for wealth or beauty, you gotta... I believe it was... It was... all these other fucking sort of yeah, so she's also mooned as the moon, and it's actually, and it's pretty funny that she's the moon, and she's all about fucking where the fuck is it at? Okay, Sammy wants coming, who Sophie said to ravish her. So, in early tales, she is associated with the semi-mythological king of Munster, Ali who is said to have ravished her, an affair ending on his biting off his ear. Hans Olum, meaning the one's ear, and by maiming him this way, Anne rendered him unfit to be king, thereby taking away his power of sovereignty. After the rape, Anne swore vengeance on Ali and eventually contrived his death. This story was about to happen. The ruler decides to rape the land rather than enter into a marriage. Now, well, I mentioned with her, but Anne knows that the energies of righteous Finch is quite immediate. She said, I'll have you be to me. I'm sorry, I'm reading this right now. It's actually fucking so hard to read. I need glasses right now, and I'm fucking reading without them. To have done in violence, to have killed my father, to requite I to you will do you violence, and time we are done with, and leave you with needs no respectful. So this bitch fucking bit some guy's ear off because he raped her, therefore making him unfit to be a king. I find that the best thing ever is that when the rule that you imply bites you in the ass. That is the best time ever. A rule that you persisted bites you in the ass. Because remember that rule that consists of you have to be whole body to get king. That's fucking wild. That you need to have your whole body intact to be king. So that means Christians couldn't become king because, you know, snippy snip. Fuck off. I wouldn't have done that. I really wouldn't have done that. Okay. But oh, I had seasoning on the side of my mouth. What the fuck? Nah, but I just find that fucking hilarious sometimes that she killed him for raping her, for one, because like if you rape a girl, you automatically need to die. Like that's just like kind of just need to die. There is no question behind that one. You need to die. And so the fact that he raped her, got his ear bit off, got kicked out from being a king, lost his power, and and then got killed all within a short period of time. I find that wonderful. I just find that so wonderful. And then the final story, dun dun dun. This one's actually one against Christians, because I fucking despise them for no, like, I despise them because they force shit on me. They always be forcing Christianity down my throat. It's like, fuck off, you bitch. Like, I don't want to believe in something if I'm being pushed into it. I'd rather believe in something that I have, one, factual proof over. About to get my ass clapped. Oh, he called that. Like, he called that.
I need help. I am repairing myself.
Nah, but then like, what? And then okay, final story. His name is Centauros. Now Centauros is the god of the hunt, and always seen as a large man, either green or not green. But he's a large man with antlers and hooves for feet. Antlers for on his head, hooves for feet, and he has like the, you know, build of a deer, but he's bulky as shit. You know what I mean? So he's like a man-deer hybrid type shit. He's a homunculus.
G7 scout here.
But he's not the scientifical one, he's a natural one. Now he's a god of the hunt, which also precedes him to be the god of death and a lot of other gods that people think he is, but he's honestly just the god of the hunt. Now, why I say that this one's against Christians, because so forth, this god was conceived at the dawn of time, when time first started, when Earth started becoming lush. Now, there are stories, there are even cave dwellings that were found over in Ireland of, like, before man was civilized, man was on his own, you know what I mean? Like, he was in a fucking cave, being all, like, emo, depressed kid type shit. And so he was basically on his own. And what happened from there was that he's in cave paintings. He is literally in cave paintings that have been dated back to like 10,000 BC type shit. Like, he was there before the pyramids type shit. Like, he is old as fuck. And he is pronounced, like, he's pronounced as many names and under many religions and other cultures. Like, Ultir. Now, if you know the Ultir, you also know from Fairy Tale. Not copyright, please don't copyright me. But that's from Fairy Tale. And Ultir is the name of a fucking girl who lives in the middle of the woods. Is the ice fucking master, I believe. Now, Ultir, the actual Ultir, is the god of the hunt in Norse mythology. And with doing that, you have to wonder, oh, are they connected? And turns out they are. So Ultir is the god of the hunt, and so is fucking and so is the other dude, Syntheros. Now, the difference between the two is that one looks human, one looks like a deer. But in both mythologies, in both texts, they're both described as really tall men wearing green. And I think it's kind of ironic that two different fucking things have this same look type of god. And same goes with Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, oh, you cunt. In Greek mythology, there's a story of a tall man who looked like a deer, looked like a man. That's where that part, you know, have you guys ever seen the fucking Hercules movie and seen the one guy, the fucking one dude, I can't remember his name, but he was the trainer of the heroes type shit. That's where that whole idea came from. The goat man. No, it was a deer man. There was a man that looked like a deer. He is also protector of he's the protector of the Great Forest. And if you don't know what the Great Forest is, I am ashamed. It is basically a giant ass fucking forest that is known to be sacred. He's a protector of that forest. And there's another care package. It's wonderful. But yeah, he's supposed to be the great protector of that forest, and
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3. I need it.
and there's just a lot of fucking
Level 2.
there's a lot of story behind him, and he's very interesting. I really hope you guys research it and learn about it. I use an app called Celtic Mythology. It's actually pretty useful. It's where I get most of my information from. And it has fucking text that tell you where they got it, where... Oh shit, do I want the cranberry? I don't know if I want the cranberry.
Already inside the ring.
That thing is overpowered, to be honest. But, oh my god, can I find a fucking blue shield or any other color shield? Like, I'm tired of this bullshit ass fucking white shield. But, no, but like, that's what honestly got me shook, is that he was there when fucking cavemen. Oh my god, bruh.
Syringe here. I need it.
He was there when cavemen walked. He was like, when man talk like,
Repairing.
when man talk wahahe. Yeah, he was there. He was there to experience everything that we did. And that is an original God. He is one of the originals, because he was there during the birth of time. Now, the original God, as said to be from Greek mythology, is Kronos. Now, what I find funny is that Kronos and Centauros are spelled so similar. Centauros is longer and in more details, because there's a lot of more, there's a T, there's like a couple C's, but they have the same, like, all the letters that are in Kronos are in center of us. Ooh.
Enemy over there.
I know. I'm close to them. I'm trying to get the fuck away from them. But I'm also trying to find a better shield.
Hostile over there. Target spotted.
Coming up there.
Enemy over there. Enemy spotted. Giving my shields a recharge.
How the fuck did he one-tap me?
Only 30 seconds left on the clock. The ring's close. Hostile right here, right in front of me. Really mediocre job, friend.
But that is my story time in two games. I hope you guys enjoyed. If any of my stories are wrong and you know what the stories are by heart and you know them, just shoot me up in the comments and let me know, and that way I can do more research, hear about the stories, and I'll get some more next week. Hopefully I'll probably have more next week on we'll do a Dauntless, and in Dauntless I'll do a walkthrough of how to get stupid amount of gear in short times, and also how to and then also some more stories. I just hope you guys find inspiration behind some of these stories. I find inspiration behind some of them, like personally Anna, who, you know, it's the goddess that got raped and killed the guy that raped her. I personally say that you can be strong. That one more or less is like, you can be strong no matter who you are or how many people decide to say that you're weak or you're nothing, or to choose to abuse you. You're strong. You can do what you need to do. You can live your life how you want to live your life. It's your life. So, as I continue to talk on and ramble on, this will be the last video for a while. I have a lot of shit I need to catch up on. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed.